Welcome to another episode of the About Mansfield Consumer Advice Series. I'm your host, Steve Casillo, and in the studio today, Phillip Washington Jr. He's our financial guru that we talk with every Friday. It's our continuing series called Mind Over Money, Rewiring Your Financial Attitude. We will talk about excuses that people have when it comes to money. I'm too young. I'm in too much debt. I don't have time to learn. We'll talk about these with Phillip Washington Jr. Should we just jump right into it?
Let's just jump right into it.
I mean, usually we do a little chit chat before, but anyway, this one reminds me of someone in their late teens, maybe their early 20s, that they're invincible. So I'm too young to worry about money.
Yeah,
I spend every paycheck. I'm going to go out and be with my friends and go to the movies and go to the bars and I'll worry about money later. And you know what? Admittedly, I was one of those guys.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm glad you framed it that way, because that's actually, I can answer it different than on my podcast, because I think that's actually the right attitude to not worry about money, like to just enjoy life, have a good time. That's the right attitude. I would add to that, though, become aware of wise money habits. So you don't have to worry about it, but you can begin thinking about how you want to grow it, expand it. And because there's no age on that, I was just talking to, since we're on About Mansfield podcast, Jerry Knight's STEM Academy 7th graders that had some great, amazing questions about money, business, entrepreneurship, and they were soaking it up. I took for an hour, and they were, engaged 85% of the time, which is like all you can ask for 7th graders, about money. And it was some good engagement, good questions. So yeah, I mean, they're 13, 12, 13. So like,
let my parents worry about my money.
Yeah.
Or their money. But that makes sense. I'm too young to worry about money. The next one, and by the way, for the listeners and the viewers, there are 5 of them this week. I have too much debt to make any significant changes.
So yeah, I like to divide debt into 2 components.
Yeah.
The first thing is I always want to find a positive spin on everything. So like, debt is money. And so an organization thought they had enough faith in you to give you some money. So that's good. And throughout time, as we learn how to use money appropriately, right? We make mistakes. That's fine. That's learning. And we learn over time. And so if you're looking at your balance sheet and then you go, oh, okay, I can divide it up into 2 parts. There's like debt that I use for consumption and debt that I use for asset growth. And from a wealth accumulation standpoint, like debt that makes money adds to your balance sheet. Debt that doesn't make money takes from your balance sheet. No judgment on like which one is right or wrong, but if the goal is making, and you're saying this statement in the context of wanting to like build more wealth, then all right, just go to say, cool, like this is just a representation of how I did things in the past. That's in the past. To now is a new moment. Moving forward, what can I do to like improve the situation, right? What's the balance? How do I want my balance sheet to look like a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now? And then begin to operate and move from that point. So it's going to require like finding more money to pay down the consumer debt and making more money to add to your assets, whether that's just money or being able to get more debt to buy more assets to increase your balance sheet. But the past is the past. Don't get stuck in the past. Move forward.
And when you're in debt, a side hustle is not a bad thing. It's not anything to be embarrassed about, right?
Absolutely.
I knew a guy. Actually, I do know a guy. He's a very successful businessman here in town. But when times were tough, he delivered pizzas.
Yeah, I mean,
you do what you have to do to get out of the hole.
You hit on a good point. I know this is off tangent, and I'll answer the next one fast. But that's a good point, because so many people like live in judgment, but they don't understand that the people that don't judge you for doing that are people with money, right?
Right.
People that are self-made don't judge the car you drive. They don't judge the clothes you wear. They don't judge you getting a side hustle. They don't judge you having financial stress because they've been there. Only people who judge are people that don't have money. That's the crazy part of it.
That's a good point. All right, next one. I don't have time to learn about personal finance. And this kind of reminds me of, let's go through the generations of the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s. At what point is it too late to learn about personal finance?
Never.
Never. And that's what I was thinking. Go for it.
Never. Yeah. Like going back on the iteration, the past is the past, right? Whatever you have lived through in the past, you live. Today is always a new day. So you don't have to learn everything about finance today. Just try to learn one new thing you didn't know yesterday about finance, and then just build on time. And that could take 2 minutes, right? If you just read one 5-minute article a day on money, and you read one every, matter of fact, there's a cool newsletter, wealthbuildingmadesimple.us.
.us.
Yeah, it takes like 4 or 5 minutes to read those a day, and just educate yourself. Right? Yeah. Just don't try to eat the elephant in one bite, right? Nibble over time. It may take you 5 years, but you can take it down.
Nice. That's good advice. The next one. Okay, this one reminds me of I'm going to get married when I'm financially set. And the question then is, at what point are you financially set? And so the topic is, I'm waiting for the perfect moment to start.
Yep. Aim. And
so there's nothing solid in that statement, meaning when is the perfect moment to start, or where is the perfect moment to start? So I'm waiting for the perfect moment to start.
Yeah. The way I think about perfection is perfection is the journey towards something. So perfection is not a destination. Like perfection is the optimistic, positive movement towards something better. Like that's perfection.
Yeah.
And so to wait is like not perfection, right? And since there is no standing still, that's like staying in the past. So waiting is like getting left behind, right? But perfection is moving towards something that you desire. So like you said, nothing in that statement is foundationally true. The best thing to do is just like get started. Just do something towards the direction of where you want to go, whether it's adjusting how you think, adjusting how you feel, right? When you feel it, then take a little bit of action and then just build every day.
Oh, what is that slogan from Nike? Help me out here.
Oh, just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Last one. Money is the root of all evil, so I'd rather avoid it.
Yes. This is a good one, right? Because first, the quote is often misquoted. It's the love of money is the root of all evil. But then I love money.
Wouldn't that rather than be the lust of money?
Yeah, you hit it perfect. The lust of money, right? Because lust is one of the 7 deadly sins, which is a whole conversation. It's seeking something outside of yourself.
Right.
So I might also layer with that. It's like saying the same thing as lust, just a different way of saying, money is not the container for your happiness, right? So when you like the reason why you see people with money that are unhappy because some people think money's going to fulfill them. No, money doesn't fulfill you. Like you fulfill you, like you own the feeling you want to have, and then when you get what you get, you can like enjoy it more. But like the things, the money, the houses, the clothes, the relationships, even kids, like everything that we have in our life are just like shadows or shells, right? Like the feeling comes from within, right? But if we think the feeling is going to come through those things, those expressions, then we like mess up the mess up the relationship, right? That's literally how relationships get messed up. Literally how finances get messed up, because we hold too tightly to those things because they're not, they're not tethered to us through like force, right? They're attracted to us through how we feel.
Phillip, I know we've called you the financial philosopher, and if people aren't motivated by you, I don't know why they aren't, because you have lit a fire under my financial situation, and that I've made some decisions. I
appreciate that,
and so I'm going to call you the Yoda of finance.
Hey, that's a compliment. I like
it is a compliment.
He's one of my favorite characters.
If someone wanted to reach out to the Yoda of finance, and so you can light a fire underneath their toes, how can they reach out to Phillip Washington Jr.?
Best way is wealthbuildingmadesimple.us, where we booked a page on there where I can be booked for speaking gigs. I've been getting speaking gigs, Steve.
Yeah.
And apparently, the market thinks I'm worth more than what I've been charging, which was like either free to not that much. So I've gotten paid a nice payment coming soon. So I'm like increasing my prices because the market's saying, I literally had somebody say, man, people love what you put out on Instagram. Like, they were ready to pay you more than what you charged us.
It's free. You got to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere.
With maybe a group of seventh graders, and then work your way up to corporate.
Absolutely.
But
thanks, Steve.
Wealthbuildingmadesimple.us. Phillip, we do this every Friday. Let's do it again next week.
Thanks, Steve. Have a good one.
We appreciate you listening to the About Mansfield Consumer Advice Series. By the way, if you own a business and you are interested in being a part of the Consumer Advice Series, if you have the knowledge to give information in 10-minute increments to the consumers, shoot me an email to info@aboutmansfield.com. Again, that is info@aboutmansfield.com. We'll tell you how we can get you all set up. Appreciate it. We do it again next week right here on the podcast.